Hey everyone, I thought I'd share something with you all that I found useful and that I've been struggling with for a while. It's not really a big problem, but it's a technical problem or a documentation problem. And the thing is, I'm going out here and I'm creating my documentation and uh, documenting how to set up some information, in this case in Dynamics with the address format. And for this step, what I have is I've got to go out and enter in a space and or a comma and a space into this field. So I've got my shorthand here, but for the some people, they may not notice that there's a space here. So I was thinking, how can I show this in Word as a space rather than sort of having this ambiguous sort of space here, which people may or may not notice. So what I did is I went out and I did a search, and there's a couple of different options. You can use the non-breaking space, which is the dot, but I sort of like the non-breaking space that's the underline with the bars associated with it, because it shows that there's a space there and it definitely won't be confused with any other field or any other font. So if I type this in, then the documentation now looks like this, comma, and then a non-breaking space is set up here. But going out and finding that character is a pain in the butt a lot of the time. So what I did is I went out and I used the autocorrect option. And all I did here is go into the options and go into the proofing and autocorrect. And then I said, I want the non-breaking space to be replaced with this underline. You can see that I've already got this here. But I just went in and added this in within the system. So now within Outlook, PowerPoint, if I go non-breaking space, then it actually adds that in there, and I've got my shorthand here that I can go out and I can use for updating all of this documentation. And now when I go out and look at my documentation here, and when I go out and do a compose and grab this information, then you can see now that my text is showing up with a comma and a space as a separator, which isn't showing up here on the screen, but is showing up in the documentation. So I thought this was interesting and useful. You can use this a whole slew of different ways. I use it for auto-formatting names or correcting some of the common misspellings that I always do over and over again. So autocorrect is your friend. So I hope this was useful, and if anyone has any questions, then you know where to find me. And hopefully I'll talk to some of you soon.